Hi internet, how you doing?
Hey internet, how you guys doing? Chris and Kim here once again for a new episode of Ramblin' Tea Time.
Hello.
Thank you guys for tuning in once again. And remember to like, follow, and share this episode. And today, we are going to be talking about something we both watched and enjoyed mostly.
Why do you say it like that?
I'm just saying we both enjoyed it.
Yeah, but the way that you said enjoy...
I'm sorry.
You should be.
Wow. But the thing we're talking about is called The Tourist.
Yes, The Tourist. There is The Tourist movie, not that.
No.
This is The Tourist limited series. It was a 6-episode short series.
Yes.
The plot goes like this.
Mm-hmm.
There is an Irish man who is driving in the Outback of Australia. He gets into an accident, a car accident, and when he wakes up, he lost his memory. He has amnesia.
Yes.
And the story goes on about him finding out, who he is and how stuff happened. It's a thriller, mystery. There's some action. It has little quirky fun moments as well.
Very weird comedy, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm the one who recommended it to you
did.
after watching it. I really enjoyed it.
I thought it was okay.
You mean, what is okay?
It was good.
I cannot right now. What are you saying?
It was okay.
Just okay?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I did like certain things about it, especially the whole tackling him, the whole amnesia thing.
Yes, because the reason why I recommended it to you was because of that, I thought that this was a good example
Of using
amnesia. You know how we always get upset
Yes.
that they just threw it in there and it doesn't make any sense for his character to even have amnesia when we saw, like, if we saw all of their life already, that's not how you do it. For me, they did it well. They did it from the very beginning. We didn't know anything about the guy, and he gets amnesia in the first episode, like in a few minutes.
Yes. Best amnesia is when you're following the character, trying to figure out who they were, who they are, that type of thing.
Right. The best use.
Versus,
truly that.
like, you're in the middle of a season and girl A suddenly has amnesia, and it's just for an episode, and it doesn't have any bearing on the overall plot altogether.
Right. When nothing new is learned, there are new developments. In that way, I feel like it wouldn't be used well.
Yeah.
A lot of shows do that, and I feel like they just wanna have like a couple of tropes, maybe, or they didn't have anything substantial for maybe the episode or the movie or whatever it is, the story that is being told, and they thought, hey, we just throw this in here. Exactly.
It's always used as filler.
But this one, The Tourist. They did it really well.
It was pretty good. It was enjoyable, I will say.
Good. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I love how the mystery unravels slowly as the series goes on. I like that a lot. Yeah. Some things though I didn't really understand. Well, there's one thing, and of course, there are going to be spoilers, everyone. So if you guys want to watch the series, which I really advise you do, maybe you should pause this episode and go watch it if you can, and then come back.
Yes.
Or you can just listen to it if you don't really care.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. The thing that I wondered about, this is later down. I think this is... He's starting to remember. You saw, I think that was episode 4 or 5 or something, where he was getting back his memories in a kind of
Can
weird
I talk
state.
about that? How he got back his memories though?
You want to talk about how?
Because I mean, we have to. There's so much setup for this show, like, because the mystery is it's very silly how he got back his memories.
Yeah. But it's fine.
I mean, but still, it felt like we need to have a way. We have to show people how he got his memories. The guy gets back his memories by drinking water that is laced with LSD
Yes.
that he did not know was laced with LSD.
It was so funny.
And then the entire like episode 5 or 4 whatever was just like him going through his memories and just like remembering them through the LSD trip. And I was like, okay, this is cool. Still kind of feels a little bit stupid. It's like it's only by chance that we actually get to see his memories. It's never like his memories were forced upon him by an event.
Right.
It was more like he just happened to drink the water that had LSD in it, and then he started it. So it's like it felt a little bit like
and
weak
even
to me.
After that, he still didn't remember everything about himself.
Exactly. He just saw glimpses of his memories inside of him because of the LSD.
Exactly.
Right? So he didn't get back his memory.
It was like being. I guess it could be like being hypnotized.
Yeah, or like dreaming in a way. Because it felt like if it was like a dream state type of situation.
Yeah.
So, yes, he got by his memories. And yeah, you were talking, you want to say about that.
The part that I wonder about is the helicopter pilot who turned out to be like a lawyer.
Inside of it. It wasn't the helicopter pilot. That was somebody completely different.
Wasn't it the same guy?
It wasn't the same guy. I thought that when I first saw him, but then I realized like, oh no, this is a completely different actor.
But he says that he's the pilot.
He is?
Didn't he?
Really? Am I on LSD right now?
So when our main character Elliot walks into a room in his brain,
yes,
it turns out to be like a lawyer's office, and he's talking to this lawyer who something about his dad and what have you. Yeah. It's the same guy who piloted the helicopter, wasn't it?
I don't think so. He was too clean cut and thing, and he had a mustache. I might be remembering wrong, but I don't think so. But at the same time, because he's like lucid dreaming, he might be seeing and replacing people or whatever inside of his brain or whatever because of the LSD. But I don't think it's the same actor. I don't think so.
Well, we'll know after this when we research it. But I really like how the story went on, and he was finding out, little bits of things. At first, like for most of it though, he doesn't know who he is.
No.
And there's this other character, Lucy, who arrives, and she at first doesn't say that she knows him.
Exactly.
And she pretends kind of to go along with him.
Yes, to help him figure out his memories, helping him taking places to see where he last was a few days ago and all that stuff. Right.
Later on, she does say that she knows him and who he is, but she still doesn't tell him the whole truth
either. Yeah.
That's midway in the series. And there's another character who appeared in the very beginning, Helen.
Poor Helen. Helen is a beat cop who was assigned to just get information from him, but he has no memory, so he has no information to give.
Right.
But she feels like she should try to help this guy.
Right.
So he leaves to go and find where he last was, and she pops up throughout trying to assist him or whatnot, and it just kind of blows up in her face and in her relationship with her fiance.
So
her fiance is kind of garbage, though.
He is a horrible human being. And it was actually a good thing that they broke up.
Yes. That relationship was very toxic. It was not...
she confessed in some episode that she tried to kill herself.
Yeah.
Honestly, if she had continued and got married to that guy,
I think she probably would have killed herself eventually.
Yeah. He was condescending, and he's so disrespectful to her as well.
Yeah.
And he keeps telling her that it's above her station.
Yeah, he puts her down, and I like how they did it in that he comes across so like matter-of-factly type of way, like a way is like you can tell this is like repeated behavior.
Yeah.
This isn't like new. This is like constant, and you just see it on her face. And I have to say though, I did like how they acted out the situation. The actors did a really good job.
I agree.
Really got across his like mean bitchiness and just her like just constantly just taking it, and she's just like agreeing with it because she doesn't feel like she is worth anything, you know? And it's just like, God, that's... And you can tell that the reason why she also wanted this is because it was something for her to do, something to get away from all of this. Somebody that she doesn't know or anything. Just she wants to try to just do something that's not just her and like mundane.
To be more than what she has always seen herself as.
And what people say she is. You know?
And there was another thing, not really a problem necessary, but early in the series, Helen tells Elliot that he's so obsessed with finding out who he was and that he should focus on who he is, right?
Like, I don't know who
but
he is.
Later on, when the truth is revealed of his person, like the things that he did,
and it turns out he's a monster. She
completely abandons him.
Yeah.
Even though there was that whole thing from the beginning that she's his one and only friend in the world, it felt so sad. I know in the end she sent him that message and it was like trying to, you know, but it was so painful. Yeah. Because he doesn't remember that he's that kind of person. And I'm not saying that it's okay that he move on and just, you know, forget about it. But when he found out, he spiraled as well.
Yeah, I actually kind of like that because the Elliot, the person that we see as Elliot right now, the person who doesn't have the memories of the type of person he was, seems to be a decent person, right? And I really like the scene kind of like close to the end before he kind of like spirals out of control, because he's been seeing this lady over and over again in his memories, and he's seeing her smiling, and he thinks that she knows him, right? Kind of coming up to the end, he finds her. The cops find her, and she comes to him and she tells him who he is, and she explains that you pretty much running like a slave trade type of situation.
Right, it was human trafficking.
It was human trafficking. And you used to make us smile so that we look pretty and stuff like that. And like to make sure to just like fool people, right? And telling them to like, no, you need to smile. You need to always be smiling. You need to like pretty much keeping up appearances. And so that image that was with her smiling and being happy was not a memory of happiness for him. It was him manipulating people and her and just like a terrible human being.
Exactly. You know, that's another thing. The way that you remember memories is not true all the time. So that also was shown here.
Yeah. And I really liked how he was like to the cop lady, I can't even get arrested for this horrible shit that I've done.
Yeah, because the lady...
She didn't file any charges, and she said that it was a mistake and it was somebody else.
Right, that's what she said.
Right.
That's not what I think she meant, though. But I think it's because it's been how much ever years for her, and that she didn't want to have to go through, like, relive that painful...
I think she just realized that he now has to live with the information that he is a monster, even though he isn't he doesn't remember being the monster. I like the whole idea of him finding out him being like this disgusting, horrible monster of a person and not being able to live with it.
Yeah.
And then he tries to kill himself.
Yeah.
With the car.
Well, did he try to kill himself?
He did.
Or try to lose his memory again? Or
it was more like he just wanted to end it. Because nobody's going to punish me for this thing. I can't, like... He sends Sue, the lady whose husband she got killed by accident. He gives her the money, and he just like, how do you live with yourself when you don't know, when you can't remember who you were, and you hate the person who you were,
right?
But you still feel accountable for the things because that was you.
It is.
You know?
It's true. That's another thing that we spoke about before, right? It's that even if you can't remember the bad stuff that you did,
you still did bad shit.
You still need to be held accountable for it. You still did that bad stuff.
Yeah.
You were a horrible person.
I still like for that one line where he's like, so I can't even get arrested for the horrible shit I've done. And the cop says, yeah, lucky you. And he's just like, yeah, just that face, just like, yeah, just, that's perfect. I like that was the lead up over the show. Mm-hmm. He realizes that somebody's trying to kill him. He doesn't know why, who they are, whatnot. And he's finding out more and more information about why they want him dead. And then he finds out that because you tried to friggin' steal from some mafia boy, crazy person that sees his dead brother.
Yeah.
And then, man.
Speaking of Costa.
Yes, speaking of Costa.
I knew that, what's that guy name?
His brother?
His Dimitri?
Dimitri, I think so. Is that it?
I knew that he was fake from the beginning.
Oh, I only realized he was fake in the airplane.
This is
that felt so similar. That seems like he's not real, is he?
Yeah.
Right? You know, I only realized it in the airplane, and then
it was confirmed for everyone in the taxi.
Yes, in the car. It was super confirmed but you're right. It made sense in the beginning because when he's given food, Dimitri's sitting there and he's eating by himself. It's like, why does he have food?
For some reason, that scene felt odd to me. When the maid came and put down the plate of food in front of him.
Yeah.
But it seemed like
nobody's seeing this man. This man ain't eating too.
Yeah, that's the first thing that I said to myself. Isn't this guy? Where's this guy's plate? And then I did a whole bunch of thinking. I was like, okay, so he must not be hungry.
And then you see him put the drugs inside the water, and that was pretty much the first clue that he's on something.
Yeah,
and maybe this thing that he's seen isn't real. But yeah. Cost. I don't know how I feel about the inclusion of the whole Costa plot, plus the whole Lucy Victoria reveal in a memory type of situation.
That's one of the things I want to talk about as well. Since we think that we know the truth,
exactly,
but do we?
It's because
he only kind of sort of remembered, plus was told things from other people. He was on LSD when he went on that trip.
And he remembered.
And other people have only told him things. He has never remembered for himself anything.
Exactly. And the people who can really tell him anything are all dead by the end of the show. So like, really? You realize that everybody that could tell him really anything about who he was are either dead or the one lady who reveals to him that he was a monster.
Right, but she wouldn't have known him other than him being a horrible human trafficker. Exactly. And I mean, yeah, but what about his,
like his past
self,
and stuff like that?
What family? We heard things. We saw a memory about his dad. Dying in the hospital, but that's
also fueled by LSD.
Exactly. So what I was thinking is we don't really know.
Yeah, because the events that we see in his mind are there to tell us this backstory, pretty much, right? But at the same time, the fact that the character is going through a literal drug trip could also mean that everything that he's seen is twisted in some way or made up or just not. But I'm assuming that the reason why it's done that way is to just give the audience the backstory to this person and how certain events happen. But at the same time, it also this is questionable.
It is questionable for me. I still enjoyed the series. I did not like that they tried to do that whole Helen and Elliot thing.
I don't mind.
I thought that they should have stayed platonic.
They kind of did. But because they didn't do anything. Yeah, I'm assuming that a relationship that might happen post the show. That's kind of like was supposed to probably be happening. But other than that, it's good.
Nothing needs to happen.
I think that's why it didn't go all full bam, hook them up type of thing in the show.
So you like the story?
I liked it. I did. Because this is something that I haven't seen very much. The idea of, is a person redeemable? Like the whole memory, the memory of the disgusting stuff, but now you're pretty much a completely different person. Are you able to be? Are you redeemable?
Can I just say that I think that
This show didn't do all of that, but I like the idea and concept
the
of
person
that.
himself also didn't feel like he was redeemable.
Exactly.
So that's telling already, you know? Even and he didn't even remember.
Exactly.
He was only
That's why
told.
I like it.
Exactly.
It's like, I'm a terrible person. Put me in prison, please.
Yeah. I think that
That can destroy
it doesn't
a person.
matter if you've lost your memory. The fact is that your person
You did the terrible shit.
did something bad.
Yes.
Your being,
Has committed crime.
You
I still think they put into jail.
Unforgivable, and you should pay for it.
But still, it has to be weird, you know?
That you've forgotten?
That you forget. You don't have your memory, and you also you're paying the time for a crime that you did, but you have absolutely no
right,
clue.
And guess what? It only feels weird for that person.
I know, but that's a strange experience.
I am sure it's happened in our world, but again,
yeah, it's fascinating.
Look, loss of memory does not excuse.
Oh, I'm not saying that. Exactly. At all. I'm just saying that it is a fascinating question, and the show did its best with the bits that at the end with it, with showing that Elliot hates the person who he was.
Yeah.
He absolutely detests it so much that he wants to kill himself.
Yeah.
You know, his only friend in the goddamn world has nothing to do with him. You know? I wouldn't be surprised if the next scene we would have been seeing him put a noose around his neck. So, yeah. I like it.
Favorite characters? Do you have any?
Do I have any favorite characters in this? I like Elliot and Helen. They were fun. Lucy was okay before I realized that she was weirdly evil, but she did try to save him in the end. So she's okay, but she was my favorite. I just liked Elliot and Helen were pretty good. Yeah. Who else? Was there really many other characters? They did a good job with a small cast.
I liked the the detective.
Oh yeah, I forgot that guy.
The detective and the guy who was the beat cop with him.
Lemon.
Yes, I like when he would always call him Lemon. He never called him Lemon, which was so annoying. It was so sad when he got killed.
Yes, it was.
Oh,
betrayal.
And that guy, what's his name? Billy, the big guy.
Yeah. The guy who's trying to
kill
Elliot.
What was funny about him, but you knew that it was scary only the second time you heard it. That thing that he said to everybody, he would say, what was it to the first person? My mom was a nurse. A nurse.
Fine work you guys do. Fine work, you guys.
The second time when he walked out, he walked out of the hospital into his car to the parking lot, and he drives out and takes the ticket and then says to the lady that's working there,
my mom worked in a parking lot. Fine work, you guys do. Fine work. That's
the moment that I was like, this guy is a psycho.
Yes, he is.
But it was so funny.
I liked him too. He was pretty interesting as a bad guy. I would have preferred if he stayed the main bad guy than then introduced in Costa and stuff like that. I don't know. I just like the idea of him coming back, because he came back from falling down a well and they thought he was dead.
Yeah.
I just like the idea that he's coming back. He's just going to, I need to kill you, Elliot. I got to kill you. Just keep going, but it's okay.
The scene where he goes to Helen's house. And her husband, her ex-fiance just lets him in because he says that he's a cop working with. He didn't see no ID or anything like that.
He said he's undercover and he just bought that. And
I couldn't believe it.
And then he was like, oh, Helen has this whole ideas of grandeur, and she's going all over the place, and she's gallivanting to Burnt Ridge, and
right, this
the guy had the gun behind his head, and he's ready to shoot him.
Exactly, but he comes so close to
but because
death.
he's just yapping away, he's like, and then he's like,
and he also caused the guy to get killed,
the old guy to die because he told
where she was.
Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay. He's never gonna know that either, you know?
He doesn't.
Goodness. Anyway, he's the character I dislike the most, by the way.
The actor did a great job of doing like that asshole husband type of situation. It was great.
The part where he says, and who would want you?
When that happened, I was like, I
was like, let me come through this screen at you, because you need to get hurt. Just very upsetting.
I like when Helen told him to just like fuck off and go and sit on something and fuck himself.
Yeah. Anyhow, it was good. You liked it?
I liked it.
What's your score?
I would give this a 7.
That's all?
Yes. Wow, you would rate this higher?
I will give this an 8.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. Normally, you're the one with the lower score, and I'm the one with the higher score.
I really enjoyed it.
I guess you did.
I did. There apparently is going to be a second season.
Really?
I do not know why.
There's going to be a sequel? I mean, how? But why? How are they going to milk the idea again? They can't really, unless they're going to be doing like a different idea. Like, really, the whole concept itself is kind of like bent on amnesia guy trying to figure out who he is. Like, you can't really like spin that into like a season 2, can you?
I don't know. I don't know why they're doing that. So
it's still going to be in Australia?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's so strange. Like, I don't know where they can go from here. Are they going to be following Elliot and Helen again? Or is it going to be a completely different story? Is it going to connect? Or is it the series is just going to be focusing on people who are not from the place that they're in, having weird thriller, drama, adventures with whatever scenarios?
I don't even know what you're saying.
I mean, is it going to be like an anthology series now, where they're going to focus on the quote unquote whoever a new tourist in a different place and like
I don't know
whatever, because that's pretty much the whole thing.
No. I saw it that the actor was gonna be the main actor, Jamie Dornan, was gonna be in the second season.
So he's reprising his role.
Yeah.
Strange,
right?
I
don't know why they would want to go anywhere from here.
I don't really know where they can go from here. It should be interesting,
but they seem to be going somewhere.
Maybe he has more people that want him dead or something. Or maybe it's going to focus on him actually trying to figure out all of his memory or whatnot with Helen in tow.
But
yeah, I know. I don't know where they can really go.
That's not what I mean. I mean, I feel like it'll be less interesting.
That's a possibility, especially with sequels.
Yeah, that often
and to something
happens.
That kind of ended pretty clear cut and good in my way.
Yeah, I think the ending was great.
Yeah.
Well, except for the whole she was all like, "I hate you. You're not human," kind of behavior. But I know then she sent the thing to him.
It was a good open close ending.
Right.
It was like there's the bit there where maybe a relationship between two might happen, and it was closing that hopefully Elliot doesn't try to kill himself because he still has a friend who like be there for him type of thing. But I guess they're probably going to go down the whole let's try to figure out his memories route type of situation.
There was a thing that she said as well at the end. She says, "Know that he remembers." Did you see that?
Oh,
she was talking to the lady.
Yeah. I remember.
At the bar, and I was thinking, Okay, so you're saying that he remembers?
It's less that he remembers, it's just that he just now has the information that he was a piece of shit.
Because either way, it seems that he's not happy with who he is anyway.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't be.
Or should I say, the things he's done.
Yes.
Moving on.
So yeah, we'll probably watch the season 2 whenever it comes out.
Yeah.
I don't think it's probably going to be as good, but I'm willing to be wrong about that.
I don't really want to watch a season 2.
I mean, neither. I would prefer whoever did this do something else, actually. It'd be in the same vein of a thriller and the Outback type of thing, but focus on a completely different new characters and whatnot.
Yeah, well, again, I enjoyed it immensely.
I liked it.
I recommend it for lots of people. I do. This is a series that I would recommend. Like, this is not bad. This is quality, good stuff.
Okay. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the story is good, characters good, developments are wonderful, the unraveling of the mystery is just great, the amnesia is just used well. I mean, how many things can say that?
It was okay, Kim. It wasn't like...
You don't understand. I've seen so many bad amnesia things.
Look, it was pretty good. I liked it. And if you guys like what we're talking about and saying it, go and give it a watch.
Indeed. That is going to be it for us tonight.
And we hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next one.
Good night, everyone.